Welcome to Game 3 of the Wave 2 Championship at the Hobby Matrix. This game was recorded on the 9th of March this year, 2019. I'm Andy V, and we've got Jarrad H.
Hey guys.
So I guess I'll let you explain both lists because you played this game.
Yeah, so this is my third game of the day versus Michael with his triple bounty hunter list. So the three PS or Initiative 2 bounty hunters and one has Slave 1 versus my Boba, Old Teroch and Captain Seevor list. And yeah, it was an interesting game, and it'd be cool to sort of talk through how it all went down. And now, with my list, I have Swarm Tactics on Boba with Kira, Seismic Charges, and Slave 1. And then Old Teroch with Fearlessness and Proton Torps, and Captain Seevor with Trickshot.
Oh, yeah.
So the intent is for Captain Seevor to be close to Boba, and so that he can Swarm Tactics up to the 5 and then shoot first. And the idea is that he's just there to strip tokens off people before the other two shoot. And then Old Teroch, so it was interesting, Old Teroch with Proton Torpedoes is the same price as Fenrir.
Oh, yeah.
It's an interesting trade. So what I've always found with Fen is it's that range 2 to 3 where he's just not as potent or as scary.
Yeah.
And the idea here is having Old Teroch with Proton Torp so that you can, in that opening, you can sort of scare people, especially if you're range 3. You can get that target lock, put a Proton Torpedo into them at the start.
Yeah, definitely. So, with the rock placement, was there anything you had in mind?
Yeah, the idea was I was trying to create a bit of a cluster in the middle because I would think that Michael would be a bit more scared to go into with these 3 medium-based ships, and he wants to try to keep them together. And so then if he does go in, he will split his formation and just trying to sort of catch one at a time.
Yeah, I always think that's a pretty interesting tactic is, trying to make your opponent make the bad moves instead of yourself.
Yeah.
And trying to fly 3 medium-sized ships or medium-base ships in a formation can be pretty difficult.
And the idea to have Trickshot and then Kira is so my ships can sort of use those rocks, and especially the Mining Guild tie can just fly straight over them.
Yeah, doesn't even care.
And it was really interesting here. I was unsure if Michael would go around the rocks, and if he did come in, then I'd be there.
Yeah, I think you've set yourself up in a pretty good position where no matter which way Michael went, you were able to respond to it.
And so, he's brought all of his 3 in. And so, if he had gone down, the idea is that I would keep my ships sort of hugging those rocks a bit more.
Yeah.
But if he has come in, and now just trying to sort of get that range 3 on one of them, and so I just get just one is in range.
That's not good for Michael, I guess.
No. And then Boba can follow up behind.
But I like Michael's list. It's I played him during this event as well, and it was a really interesting list, and it's a lot more difficult than you imagine it would be as well.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of health to get through.
Yeah. And they're not weak ships either.
No, not at all. And so here I was just outside of range 1.
Ah.
So yeah, I was just explaining that interaction to Michael there.
And it would have been a nice shot. Well, you may still have range on.
Yeah, I'd probably still have range, but the idea is then I could have shot with Seevor straight up and jammed him.
Yeah.
And got rid of that focus straight away.
Yeah.
But now he can... I've got my other 2 5s, which he'd still be able to use that focus.
Yeah, so that's just range 3, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You got the lock on him.
And I think it was just outside.
Oh.
Yeah.
Blank focus.
Yeah. Isn't that a good start? Oh, I know. I was the one who forgot the box. But yeah, 3 hits.
Rerolling so 3 hits is pretty good. Ooh. Yeah. I guess taking 1 is probably pretty good. Although it also does open him up to taking a crit from the Proton Torp if he blanks out again.
Yeah, and that was the idea, to try to sort of strip shields and then go and try to get those sort of crit through.
So it looks like you're rerolling that because it was cocked.
Yeah, it was sitting on the side, I think.
Rerolling that into, yeah. So he needs to get some pain. Get an evade, yeah. Ouch. Damaged engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll hurt.
For that bounty hunter.
And it's also it's unfortunate getting that on the first round of shooting as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Early damaged engine and stuff can be really annoying. So you get 2.
That was more damage than I expected the tie to do.
Yeah. Ties are just never do anything.
Range 3.
Yeah. So he's now shooting at old Teroch. And yeah.
Oh.
Old Teroch takes 1.
That's also a unfortunate roll by you.
Yeah, that's always the bad thing about trying the Proton Torp straight up is, yeah, even those range 3 shots, when you don't have have any sort of defensive mods, they can just sort of pop as well. The protectorates.
Yeah. I mean, a ship as well that could coordinate might be an interesting thing there. But I think Captain Seevor is probably more value than, say, one of the shuttles, the Falcon shuttles.
Yeah, Lando's probably not a bad call as well, because he can be quite survivable.
Yeah.
Or annoying to deal with. And that's what it's more about, is giving ships that your opponent might want to remove early on, and then they will ignore the ships you want to actually have to do the damage.
Yeah, your list is one of those ones where you've got to really consider your firing priority, because all of the ships are frustrating. You've got 2 ships that can potentially remove tokens.
See, in this spot, I actually had thought that Michael was going to leave that one in the front to cause blocking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was going to chuck it in the front, try to cause some blocks, and then keep a Boba outside of range 1 of other ships as well.
Yeah. So I'm guessing your maneuvers took that into account.
Well, I was worried about it, and I don't think there was much I could do other than running away. I'm trying to remember what I did. I think I did just go straight. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what, a 4 straight?
Yeah, just hop in over that rock.
Yeah. And it looks like he's managed to dodge all arcs. Except for maybe number 2.
Yeah, number 2 would have that shot, but it probably won't be as ideal.
I don't think number 2 would want to shoot at Seevor at this point. I think Teroch or Boba Fett is probably the ideal target.
Yeah. And see, down here, Teroch's ability will kick in.
Yeah.
And so Teroch, when he's range 1, can actually be quite annoying as well for about stripping tokens.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think so I went for try to dodge.
I guess, yeah, that's maybe
I think I was worried about number 2 shooting at me as well, because then I wouldn't get the Concord Dawn, I think, because that's front arc only.
Yeah. And I guess I'm not sure if you've dodged arc of number 1, but you would have had 3. You would have had 2 range 1 shots and probably a range 2 shot. Whereas now it's maybe 1 range 1.
And see, the problem is I don't really want to be splitting fire as well, though.
Yes. So number 3 is probably the priority there, since you've got 2 shots on 3.
Yeah, I think that I was just trying to work out what. And I'll be just outside of range 1 again, though.
Yeah.
For Seevor, being able to shoot first.
Yeah, because you went forward with both of them, so. But Teroch should strip that anyway.
Yeah. Yes, I've just stripped it off 3.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if Teroch is an arc of number 1, but you possibly could have stripped it off of both.
Yeah. Oh, you can only do 1.
Oh no, with Seevor and then also Teroch, depending on how that was.
Yeah. Oh, and here I just went, I'll go the 4. I'll see what happens.
1 evade. So it looks like a range Boba. 2 on Boba. Or from.
Yeah, and here I was like, well, if I shoot 1, I might be able to get him to spend the focus, and then he won't have that on the attack. And that can start to lower his offensive power.
Yeah.
But I just thought I better keep focus fire. Yes, and I've got 2 rerolls, and I know that Boba's going to get shot at, so I'm not sure about spending that.
So, evades it. And Seevor, is that a range 1? Just out, it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh no, that would have been in then.
It must have just been range 1, but not obstructed.
Oh,
yeah.
That was a good roll by Michael. And now I'm guessing Michael's going to do Boba.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's only got 1, which 2 rerolls. And then 2 extra blanks.
It's always nice when that happens.
Yeah.
So you're testing your dice there as well. Oh, 2. Nice.
And now I got my 2.
Oh. That was pretty good. Taking, 2 damage out of all of that?
Yeah, that was actually quite ideal. To only take that much.
So yeah, I think Michael's in an interesting position.
Yeah. But sadly, I've split a lot of split damage.
Yeah. I guess where 2 came, you probably weren't really expecting it. Because ideally it would have been good to get number 2 off, but
yeah,
not really possible where it ended up. Yeah, so I think number 2 probably would just bank in there to hopefully get a shot, and then maybe 1 does a K turn.
Yeah.
But see, even then, I forgot about your bomb as well. So
yeah, and that's why I was like, and whereabouts that is, I was like, I'm more hoping that I can kind of get that back rock as well.
Yeah,
maybe just to be that annoying.
That looks like you're probably in range 1 of both, I would say. Oh, a Talon roll.
Yeah.
I still think Talon rolls on large base ships are wrong.
Oh, it's crazy how far they move.
Yeah, and medium base ships, it's just it just doesn't look right when you put down the template. Oh yeah, that's true. The rear arc means it doesn't really need to K-turn.
Yeah. The only problem is that you are then moving away from all the ships.
Yeah.
But this sort of list is really good that you can rotate targets around.
Yeah.
So you can go, okay, well, you can have this target this turn, and then you swap them. And so that Michael's list is really good that he can present you with a really nice target that you go, okay, I want that one. And then go, oh, now you can have this one. And that causes that split damage.
Yeah, which sort of looks like what he's done here as well.
Yeah.
Taking away 1 and 2. And Teroch probably just wants to
run away.
Yeah. Boost out of it.
Yeah, I think I was trying to work out if the barrel or the boost is better.
Maybe a boost, right? And then barrel roll.
No, you can't double reposition anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's the focus, so that's right.
Yeah, so you have to choose that. Either the barrel roll or the boost.
Yeah. I think barrel roll will definitely get you out, but then it's also going to put you closer to number 1.
Yeah.
Whereas, a boost. I reckon a boost to the right would also get you out of that. We'll see. Or a boost forward.
Yeah, I think I just went.
And then stress for the focus, just in case.
Yeah, I think I've.
Yeah.
And then you can just do that hard turn next turn. Yeah, I think I was trying to get that distance. I was trying to get outside of range of 1.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because I mean, range 2, it's what, 3 defense die that the old Teroch would be rolling.
Well, if it's range 3, it'd be 4.
Yeah.
So, yep. So I've got that rock.
Nice. Did you get number 2 as well? I missed that.
No, I think it was just outside, so it was only 1. And then Boba's going to just do that. Range 1.
Oh, and the reroll. Ouch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's so good about Boba is that you can bump and still have those rerolls.
Yeah, and that's what's really good. He's not as susceptible to like blocking, where it doesn't just completely shut him down.
Yeah.
If he still has an arc, at least. Yeah. See, now I've just stripped that token, but I rolled nothing.
Yeah.
And TIE Fighter did what TIE Fighters do.
Yeah. But just stripping that token, I think, is worth it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So now he's going to have he'll get that probably range 1 shot, but now it's only 1 instead of 2.
Yeah.
And now he's going to take. Yep.
Hit crit.
But this is where ties die.
Oh,
but not today.
Not with your dice.
No. The shiny regional die.
That Tim didn't get.
Yes. Yeah, so now here, the only problem is old Teroch's going to be a fair bit out. So hard to, and I think Boba, I was looking at, I just do the K turn, and that way he's just back around.
Yeah.
And then I can start to chase.
And I guess 2 looks like it. The smart thing to do would be bank in towards the bottom of the board. And if Boba wasn't there, I would say number 3 should bank as well. Like a 1 bank, and then that would open up a big arc for it. But yeah, it looks like the 3 bank was the best option.
Yeah, so now he's bringing back his ships into a bit of a formation, like keeping them all sort of closer together. But I think in this turn, I forgot to put out the bomb.
Yeah, that would have been a nice little bomb there.
I don't know if I would have got 3 though. I might have just got 1.
So he's put him back into formation.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, so keeping him now close in together.
I guess 2 is the one that's hurting, so at the same time, you probably don't really want it to get too many of your arcs on it.
Yeah. And so now he's just locked with everybody onto Boba.
And then you just ignore that rock.
Yeah. A fun little TIE Fighter.
Although, so it looks like only 1 may have a shot on the TIE Fighter. That arc is hard to see on number 3.
Yeah, see, at this point in the game, I was pretty happy that I haven't taken a lot of damage yet. and especially from that sort of engagement, I think I've been pretty lucky to not have lost Seevor by now.
Yeah, I think that the range one attack, the sort of all those the range one when it was just in a big scruff was you were lucky not to take any a lot of damage on all your ships as well.
Yeah, and Boba only taking 2 damage from that, from 3 of them shooting at him, was very good.
I guess looking at the dice averages though, Michael's at the moment might seem a little bit low, especially with the focus.
Yep.
And you've been stripping that focus or removing it, so he hasn't really been pushing through heaps of damage. And your evades have been pretty high as well.
Yeah, true. They were a little bit high. And then so I've just turned around, and he's locked everybody onto Boba, but now it's not really the best spot for him.
Yeah, because he's maybe got 1 shot on Boba.
Yeah. And so here I was like, well, do I spend it?
Yes.
Because...
No, you don't.
Yeah, I was like, it's not going to kill it.
That's true.
And I'm like, it's too risky to then take that return shot.
So range 3 onto his, which was nothing.
So nothing.
So here I feel like is where your dice averages go back to normal.
Start to come back. Yeah. Yeah. And see, I was able to strip that lock from 3.
Yeah. So now he won't be able to reroll on Boba, obviously.
Yeah, so now he's going to just take that pot shot.
Oh, that's pretty good, though.
Does not too bad.
Oh.
And so he gets that 2 through.
Lucky it was still shields.
Yeah, lucky that crit didn't. I think I was just trying to work out if it was obstructed or not.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's not a bad roll. And TIE fighters do what TIE fighters do. Roll over greens and...
Well, at least you only take 1 there.
Yeah. So that's probably where my blanks came back into average from that roll. So looking at dice throughout the game, like so far, it hasn't been a major outlier. Michael's actually been rolling more focus results, but I was able to strip a lot as well from his attack dice.
Yeah.
And so his hits and crits are quite on average there.
And that's where I think your list probably excels in playing against ships with lower pilot skill. Being able to strip that focus, I think if he still had a lot of focus on a lot of those shots, it'd be a completely different game.
Oh, yeah.
And then I guess with 3 and 1, just a 1 forward.
Yep. And so he's keeping them quite close together. And he is doing well to sort of not allow me to just have 1.
Yeah. Because ideally, he probably wants all three of his ships hitting you at once.
Yes. Yeah. And I think I still haven't hit that range 1 bubble yet.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
millimeters out.
Yeah.
It's always the most frustrating thing. Was there a reason right at the start you were talking about having Seevor close to Boba, but you set up old Teroch in between them? Was there a reason that you set up that way, or?
Well, the idea was, I was thinking that I'd be able to get a little bit closer between those rocks as they came in, but it was just not enough. And here I was looking at, if I were to bank boost, could I get range 1 on number 3?
I'm gonna go with no.
With Boba, so I could get 1 reroll. But I think, I can't remember if I've done it or not. Yeah. So yeah, I've swarm tacticked Seevor, so I can strip number 3's focus, take a range 1 shot.
Oh. Not
nothing.
Spending the focus.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was just out.
Yeah, I think that's going to hurt Boba this round.
Yes, and that's why I just went, oh no, that'll be a dead Boba.
Range 3 onto number 3 as well.
And now I was just like, well, I'll spend the focus because, but then he can just roll that.
Yeah.
The idea was that I could then kind of bait him to then want to shoot at old Teroch as opposed to shooting at Boba.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Because he's spread damage across all of your ships.
Yeah, and it's like up until this point, I haven't actually lost any points. But then, yeah, looking at, I've only got 33 points, and we've only got 18 minutes left. Like, I've just spread so much damage.
So Boba takes 1.
Yeah, Boba takes 1, and then that's when now Michael's winning.
Yeah, I think even trying to bait him with old Teroch is still a bit risky, because the smart thing would be to just fire down Boba, especially range 3 on old Teroch.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I was just like, well, hoping.
Yeah, give it a go.
Hoping he might. And now, yeah, looking at where all his ships are, I was like, okay, so 2, he'll bank probably down the board and trying to keep that one alive. Because I was like, okay, there's 15 minutes. He'll probably try to run with 2.
Yeah.
Keep those points.
Is he just doing a...
But he actually banked it towards the bottom of the board.
Oh.
So we could have arcs. And yeah, I thought that he'd actually banked the other way and he'd done a mistake and I was going to let him change it. And he said, no, I want to go down towards the bottom of the board. And I was like, but you'll just fly off. And he said, no, it's fine.
They've got a 1 turn?
Yes, I can't even remember if they do. But what he thought is it only had 1 hole left.
Ah, not 3.
And yeah, he thought it only had 1 hole left. And he said, well, what he would like to do is put it there and then so that it could shoot, and then I would waste shots shooting it if I wanted to kill it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I thought, okay, well, that's just... But then, yeah, and then he felt really bad when he realised that it actually had 3 left. Because I was like, well, I'm not going to shoot at it because it's going to fly off.
Yeah, I always get to those positions where I see opponents that are going to fly off, and usually it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to, kill one of your ships.
Yeah, unless it's you're going to win the game before, or you're going to be able to kill a ship, which then wins you the game.
Oh yeah, and I see you boost in to the range one. And that should be range 1 on 2 ships.
Yes. So yeah, now I'm like, okay, now that's okay.
And I mean, even the other option that you would have here is, if you were worried about number 2, was just to use Seevor to strip that focus to reduce the likelihood of it doing as much damage.
Yeah. But I think here I've gone... he's got a target lock with 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Onto Boba. And I think it's got a focus as well. So number 1 has target lock focus.
You would probably use C4 to get rid of a target lock.
I'm trying to remember what I did.
And then hope for Boba to make him spend the focus.
Yeah, I think I was trying to do a bit of the table maths at the point.
Do you know if you've got range 3 on either of 3 or 1 with Teroch?
Yeah, well, I did the target lock, and I was able to get 3, but I wasn't able to get 1.
Yeah, because you'd then try to go for 3, because you could also possibly kill it.
Yeah, and get all 3 guns on 1. But then it doesn't have the lock, and that's why I was like, can Boba survive this?
True.
But then I was like, if I kill 1, then I lose 1 reroll with Boba.
Yeah, that's true. If only they stayed on the board until the end of the round.
Yes. Yeah, so no, I think I went to 3 and went, okay, I can try to kill it.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I was like, okay, well, I'll just spend it.
Hit crit. Nice.
Yeah.
Damage sensor array. Although, yeah, it's probably not too bad for it at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, now I've gone go that proton torque, and yeah.
Nice.
Just roll.
Oh, 2. Good. But 2 crits.
Yeah.
Structural damage.
Yeah, and wounded pilot.
That's a hurting bounty hunter. That's really good for Michael as well, though, because now you've got to decide whether Boba shoots number 3 or shoots number 1.
Yeah. And I think I just went for 3.
Yeah.
Just to kill it.
Damaged engine.
Another damaged engine.
Yeah, so you've killed 3.
Yeah, but then sadly I was like, okay, well, 1 has a target lock focused attack, but he's shot with 2 first up, gets hit crit.
Is that double evade?
Yep, double evade.
But Boba is on 3 health.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay. Oh, but now I'm like, oh.
No, you need double evade.
Yeah. And I get 1 reroll. And no. So poor Boba. So yeah, it's interesting here. And looking at these points, I'm up only by 3 points, but then I was like, 2's going to fly straight off the board.
Yeah. Because even a 1 turn probably wouldn't get it off. That wouldn't keep it on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's tried the 1 turn.
Yeah. And that looks like it's quite a bit off.
Yeah.
That sucks. It's always disappointing when you fly a ship off the board.
Yeah, and then talking to Michael at the end, and then realizing that it had 3 hull left.
That's probably even worse.
Yeah.
Although he did get one of the Porg bounty cards from that, so
yes, that's true.
There's a benefit to it.
And yes, sorry, I left the dice in the tray. I think I realised afterwards. I was like, "Oh, oops." And see here, I actually thought he was going to bank out that way.
Oh yeah.
I really didn't think he was going to go.
And there's not really... You can't barrel roll out of that.
Yeah, no, I was like, well...
I mean, that looks like one has arc.
Yeah. So it's either I just evade or go the barrel roll. And then go, just go on the evade.
Because a barrel roll... Oh, actually, a barrel roll could have, but it looks like it would have been risky and may have just hit the rock.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I don't want to overdo it.
And I guess Teroch just... Oh, you're target locking? I was going to say focus, but...
I think I just was like, I'll just get aggressive.
Yeah. Don't even need it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So just the 1 crit gets through.
Fuel leak.
Yeah. Which I was like, well, that's
nice. Well, not for Michael.
No. But that, got me the half.
It's still, I mean, Michael still could win the game.
Yeah. Yeah, so he shot at Seevor, which I thought was a bit...
Because he would have lost his token if he had one.
Yeah, he did. He had a focus, and he lost it as soon as he decided to shoot at Seevor. And here I was like, I have no idea if he's going to... With so little time, I was like, is he going to go away or go that way? And he actually decided to go that way.
I too would have turned up the board. I feel like that would have been the smartest option.
Yeah.
Does that... Because, that looks like you're out of arc there.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get his arc.
I guess the problem here is, well, there will not be a next turn, but the next turn turning up the board is also... He probably would have gone without a shot, so... and then can you do 5 damage to him?
And did I? Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I said to do focus. But I don't know if I put it out.
It sounds like yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And then
and then I've got.
I don't know why you didn't spend the focus then.
No, I was like, well, if he shoots me, I don't want to lose
Oh, that's
half
true.
points.
That's true. Oh yeah, because you can't kill it with 5 hull left. So.
Or did I choose to? I did choose to.
Oh. So if it's a
Choose to get
direct
greedy.
hit,
And fuel leak is there.
console fire.
Not that far. So
I mean, so it took 4 damage.
fuel leak. Yeah. But then, so console fire.
He could. Oh, that's lucky. Oh, I don't think he's rolled for console fire.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, that's crazy.
And nothing. Yeah, so that was a good fun game. Yeah, it was a bit stressful in some parts.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't an easy game.
No, it's so much health to try to chew through, and yeah, as I was saying, the ability to rotate targets around for your opponent is really crucial for that list.
Yeah, and Michael played that pretty well. Managed to do that. And if he didn't fly the number 2 off the board, it probably would have been a different game.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, all in all, that's pretty good. And even just looking at the dice, they seem Michael's are basically on average, and yours are maybe slightly higher with the crits and focus with your hits.
yeah. My blanks were a little bit low, and then my evades are just a little bit higher.
Yeah, so it was fairly average the whole game. All right, thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
And we have one more game coming up after this.